Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Can we talk with Monique? I am Monique. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you to all my subscribers. I so appreciate love you guys. I certainly appreciate love you guys. And as you come in, please, if you haven't done so already, give me a thumbs up and click that like button. That lets YouTube know that you are interested in what I have to say. So let's get started. Cyber dating or online dating and the narcissist. Let's talk about it, guys. So, I hope first and foremost that all of you guys are staying safe and are well. We are going through unprecedented times, and we just want everybody to be safe. Condolences to those individuals who've lost family members or have family members who are ill. And I'd like to salute, and if you guys don't already know, I am a nurse. I don't work on the front lines like my other comrades, my fellow nurses, but of course, as a healthcare worker and professional, I have an affinity to my nurses. Salute to all my nurses. What's going on with this screen thing over here? Okay. Salute to my nurses. Salute to the doctors, EMTs, um, my nursing assistants. Let's see, the respiratory therapists out there. I know they're using you guys right now like crazy. Um, and everybody, the lab techs, the radiology folks, shout out to all of you guys. We salute you, and just stay safe out there so you can come home to your families. All right, with that being said, let's get on to online dating, cyber dating, and the narcissist. And this topic right here, y'all, if any of you guys have been involved with any of these folks, you know that they have to have their supply. And especially now, in this time that we're quarantined, I think some of them are breaking the quarantine rules and going to see some of their supply, and or they're creating um, personalities or identities online and interacting with them like that. So let's talk about it in your experience. So, cyber dating, online dating. I don't think online dating came about until, I don't know, maybe the 80s, 90s, but it's just gotten to be a norm now, because the norm used to be where you would go and meet someone would introduce you to someone. And please don't mind me, I have to kind of sip. I'm drinking some coconut water. You would be introduced someone, meet somebody at work, at church, or wherever, meet them, cultivate a relationship, and date. Well, that has changed, and a lot of us know that it has definitely changed. Cyber dating is this new thing, and people literally go online to meet people, because either sometimes they say they're too busy, um, and for whatever reason, they go online and they meet people. And I'm not knocking it at all. We're just talking about how the narcissist gets down when it relates to cyber dating and the internet, online dating. And so for most people, they'll find someone, they'll connect with them, and then they'll end up, dating or hooking up or what have you. But with regards to right now, being that we are enclosed in, a lot of the narcissists don't have ability to move around like they normally would. I am so sure that these folks are, hold on for 1 second. They are stuck with their head in a permanent position looking at their phone or their tablet. That is exactly what they're doing. And so I think the popularity from the 80s to 90s to right now has just totally increased, from cyber dating with websites to apps. And I had to, for this particular upload, I had to do some research because I wasn't sure of the different apps and the different websites that they have available. And they have a lot of websites that are available. But one of the things that the narcissist does, they will spend a lot of time, and there might be some of you guys out here now who were in relationships or currently in relationships, and they are constantly on their phone, on their tablet, sitting in front of a computer for hours and hours and hours on end. Is either they're cyber dating or they're looking at porn, one or the two or both. And so many of us who have encountered these individuals know that the advent of online dating has, formulated these narcissists have formulated relationships with multiple people. The online dating gives them the ability to formulate multiple relationships with many different people, where they can have their harem of men or women. It doesn't matter. And they can interact and get supply from either one just at the drop of a dime without very much effort at all, besides, posting a picture and praying. But one of the things that they do online dating and narcissists, they're predators online as well, just as they are in person. So they seek out individuals. They read these online dating profiles where they ask you what you like, I guess what your favorite color is, what are your hobbies, what are your dislikes, so they can mirror you. So I did go and look. Let's see here. So here you can see this gentleman right here. She's looking at him like, what you doing? And he's online smiling and laughing and chit-chatting with his online partner, or one of his online partners, right? And so one of the things that happened with me when I can go back into looking at the relationships that I had with these individuals, they could not stay away from their phone. They were always, if we went out to eat, they had their phone. The phone was going off. They were texting. And I remember a time I was like, look, dude, we're out eating. We are here together. You need to put your phones down and acknowledge me because I am here. It didn't work because they still were with their phone all the time. And I picked up the habit of just, going out and just looking on my phone because, I was just tired of the BS. But that was one of the things I noticed all the time. They could not go anywhere without their phone. They keep a lock on their phone. They will not let you in their phone because if you were able to see into their phone, this is their life, guys. And this is the thing that they have, all of their secrets and their deep dark secrets and who they really are in these phones and on the emails. So they don't go nowhere without this thing right here, because this is where their harem is. This is how they communicate with all their sources of supply. And if you are like the wife or the primary source of supply or the secondary source of supply, they're not letting you see in this phone. Now I'm gonna have to tell y'all a story as we go on. So I did a little bit of research, and I'm going to keep it 100% with y'all. Oh, well, wait a minute. Where's that? Okay, wait, hold on for a second. I did some research of the online dating sites. So, and this was from CNET, and it listed the top, the best dating sites. I don't know how they rate this, but this helped me to find out what some of these dating sites were. So there's a Bumble. I think there's an app for that. They said this is best for confident women. Okay. Tinder, best for quick and easy hookups, meaning a booty call. And I think that's that thing where you swipe to the left and you swipe to the right or something like that. Or is that Bumble? I don't know. Okay, Cupid, best free dating site. Okay. Hinge, best for serious relationship seekers. Hinge, that name and looking for a partner is not, Coffee Meets Bagel. I heard of this and I was like, what the heck is that? It sounds like some place to go eat. Best for breaking the silence. All right. Good Jesus Christ. Happen. Best for misconnections. I don't know I guess that's how you say it. The League. Best for people with high standards. What is it? The elite of the elite. The bourgeoisie. Is this what this is for? Child, please. Her. Best for lesbian, bisexual, and queer women. Okay. Clover, best for confirming a date. Plenty of Fish. Okay. POF. I know something about this because I've had a friend that was on Plenty of Fish. She ended up getting married off of this website, but Plenty of Fish, best for conversations. Match, best for someone with money to spend. And I know that Plenty of Fish, I think from what I understand, used to be free. I don't know. And then eHarmony, best for marriage seekers. So these are some of the websites. Wait, and then I had a list here. I wrote some more down. And then there's Zoosk. And then I think there's something called Grindr. I don't know who that is for or what it's about. And then there's Black Planet. And I know something about Black Planet. I'm going to tell you that story. So yeah, there's all these dating websites. And guys, I don't think this is my personal opinion, right? Right now, in this day and age, I would not be on nobody's website trying to meet anybody, just because I think for me personally, to meet somebody organically, the old fashioned way, whether you meet them in a supermarket, Home Depot, somebody introduces you, but to meet these individuals on a website, anyone, even though there's some people I know who've had what I've seen as success, but then when I dig a little deeper, it's not really success. They both don't know each other, and now they're having some serious problems. They might not let you know it, but if you dig a little deeper, you'll find out that they're having some major issues because they didn't even know who that person really was. Like, I got a family member right now, and they're mature individuals in their 60s, and they met online. I think they got married after 3 months, and it's a hot ghetto, a mess of a situation. Okay, I don't think it's feasible to be able to know someone and get to know someone after just 2 to 3 months of dating, and then all of a sudden you're married and you've met this person online. And they don't like to tell people they met online. So my point is, why are you so ashamed that you met someone online? But it's my belief, my personal opinion is that, I think it's best in this day and age with so many people who are pretenders, liars, and not authentic people, that it's best to meet them organically, through a friend, meeting, out someplace, riding your bike, on the trail, however you meet them. But if you're meeting someone online, that is the narcissist playground. They loved it because they can metamorph. They can be whomever you want them to be. Just go down a bunch of profiles and click on a button and just start interacting with people automatically. It's all about supply for them. So there's nothing authentic and real. They can pretend all they want to. They can lie and do all type of things online, and they don't have to show their true authentic self, even though when they're in person with you they don't show their true authentic self until their mask slips. So it'll be my opinion, is probably not the best place to meet someone in this day and age. It's not safe, and it's just not a safe situation to do something like that. So cyber dating is here. It's probably here to stay. But again, from what I understand, even if you go to these websites that are free versus the ones that's paid, the narcissists are out there all together on all of them. Whether it's free, whether it's a paid subscription, they're there. They do not care. Their MO is the same. They are predators. They're looking for supply, clearly. That's it. It's not even about you. And they prey on individuals who are online. If you tell them all your life story and you put all your life story out there on a website, that's probably not the best thing to do. They prey on widows. They prey on all type of folks online. And actually, I'm going to do an upload on some of the predators where they meet people online and they really, take them for a whole lot of money, especially women. This has been happening to a lot of women, where women are meeting these men online, and they're up in age, maybe widows, they do have money, and these guys come along from wherever country they're from and tell them a bunch of stories, and then these women automatically start wiring them money, thousands upon thousands of dollars, to the point where they're broke, and then they realize in the end that it was a scam. And it's kind of hard for me to believe, but that's the way these individuals prey on you. They find where your weakness is. And if your weakness is loneliness, if you're one of these people that want to save people all the time, they are going to prey on that and find a way. Now, how these women end up wiring their good hard-earned money to folks in all different countries is beyond me, but it happens more so than what we think. And these are predators that are out here on the internet. So that's why if you're out on the internet, I would not put all my business out there, like where I work, how much I make, what I likes, my dislikes, because what they're going to do is read that and be like, oh yeah, you like, salsa. I like salsa. Oh, you like, macaroni and cheese. I like macaroni and cheese. You like, they will just see the things that you like that you put out there, it's really simple for them because you put out all your business. So my recommendation is no, cyber dating or online dating is probably not the best thing, but if you have to, then you have to. I don't know how you do this without, just saying what your name is, but I would be very, 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 very cautious. If you just can't find, meet somebody, organically, I would be very cautious about this online dating. So like I told you before, the person that I have been with that was a narcissist, always with this phone, would not depart with their phone, in the bed with the phone, after sex with the phone, never got rid of this phone. And he had a triple, quadruple, double life. We gonna get into that on my podcast, y'all. I wanted to start off the year on a positive note, but look, since we at home, and a lot of people, he had a quadruple life. Okay. Yes, a quadruple life. You know how people say they have a double life? Well, he had quadruple. He had homes, wives. Yeah, that type of situation ship. Because it ain't a relationship with these folks. It's a situation ship. So, but my advice would be to try to meet somebody, organically. And if you can't and you're online, be very, very, very careful. Very careful, especially in this day and age. If you're single, oh my goodness, especially if you're a woman, man too, because they got some of these old crazy women out here too now that shoot to make me shudder and to make me run the opposite direction and to go and get my, weapon that I'm licensed to carry. Come on now. Yes, sir. So I would be very cautious. But like I said, thinking about it, would not part with their phone, was always online. So my thing is, women, if you are dating someone or married to someone and you think they're cheating, more than likely they are. And if you go looking for something, you're going to definitely find it. So let me tell you how I found out. Now, when I was talking about Black Planet, now I wasn't on Black Planet trying to find anyone, but somehow or another, and I can't remember how, I think I got it, like I said, if you get into their phone, because their phone is like Fort Knox, they're not going to let you into their phone. But it was one of his his other supply that told me that he was seeing all these other people and sent me some information. And I was like, really? I was hurt. I was upset. I was angry. I was like, oh. So I figured out he was on Black Planet, and I created an account under a fictitious name. And I know it wasn't right, but I'm just telling you, if you go looking for things, if you know that if somebody tells you that these things are going on, just don't put yourself through all the drama. I'm just telling you about what happened to me. I created a profile. It was a fake profile, and I knew what his profile name was because he used his name. Used like his email account name or something that was familiar to me. And I sent a request and we started chatting back and forth. And sure enough, this person didn't even know who he was talking to. It was me, and was talking about meeting me and all type of explicit stuff. And I was like, wow, so it made me feel at that particular time like angry and upset. But you look, if you go that far, I probably shouldn't have gone that far, but it just confirmed to me what I already knew, that this person wasn't authentic, really didn't care, was out there. Like I said, he had a quadruple life. He didn't have a double life, he had a quadruple life. And those are stories for other days. But I will admit, because a lot of us, we have to, especially at this time when we quarantine, I think a lot of us who have been in these relationships with narcissists and sociopaths and toxic people, reflect on yourself, right? Stop worrying about them. They're going to be out there. They're not going to stop. They're going to be online dating. They're going to have multiple people. Look at this one. He's having such a good time. And she's looking at him like, what you doing? What you doing, Willis? So my thing is just to focus on yourself, because a lot of these times these people have these affairs online, and it doesn't go anywhere. But if it's a wife or a husband, an affair is an affair, whether it's online or whether you consummate it with having a sexual relationship. But I think for a lot of us, don't waste this time, guys, to try to reflect on what has happened and to try to cultivate things in our lives that can fulfill, so we can fulfill our purpose that is here. And not dwell on them, but to motivate ourselves to forgive, but also to move on and just leave them alone and strengthen ourselves and love ourselves for who we are. And if you're religious, not religious, but if you're spiritual and you have a spiritual base, use this time to pray and to get into the word and to read. If you're not, then you can just read other books and different things that may edify you and, can build you up. Don't let this time go by. And I think it's good also to remember what these folks do, because a lot of these folks, they come back around, and as some time has passed, we may forget. Nope. Because a lot of us are empaths, we're empathetic, and we don't harbor that hatred and that honoriness in our souls, And when we see somebody hurting, we want to help. But for these jokers and these mofos, my advice is just to move on. But yes, like I said, I admit I don't have no shame in my game. I created a profile, contacted them just to see. I was like, okay, if he's really doing this online, he's not gonna, child, please. We had a month-long conversation about this and that, and I was like, wow. And at the same time, after I get off the internet, I would go talk to this person, which was very, very foolish. But at the same time, it was sobering to me that these people can conduct quadruple lives, multiple lives, and act like nothing. And to this day, I don't know if he's watching this channel or not, but yep, I sure did. I had created a fake profile to see if this man was up there dating. Oh, and he had a picture of himself. So you can't even lie and say that you wasn't up there, because you had a picture. Then actually he had how much money he made. Now, who does that? This was on Black Planet, and it's probably still up there to today. I don't know. I don't go up there. I don't visit online, because to me it's like, the most online I do is my YouTube videos to help other people who have gone through things, to educate people and to motivate people. That's it. But going back on those websites, but I remember the profile, it was him standing there with some shorts on, and I don't know who took the picture. And it had how much he made and what his occupation was. And I think it was set like $75,000 to $125,000. Like, who puts that on their profile? So surely he put that there for somebody to say, and this was like, years ago. So surely he was putting that up there as far as the money, because most people, that's just not appropriate. That's a private thing. And he was trying to attract women who either were in need or impressed by, someone making that type of money. And this was probably, I would say maybe, I can't even remember, years back. But yes, sir, I ain't even gonna lie. I created a fake profile and contacted him, and he sure did. He just was going in and talking about all type of stuff that was not even appropriate. And I was like, wow. So yes, these people are up there. They have all type of personas. They talk to anybody, anything. Let me tell you something. A lot of y'all, if we could see into these people's phones and see exactly what they were doing and the stuff that they do, we would be shocked out of our minds. When I say shocked out of our minds. Because like I said, this person led a quadruple life. Not a single, not a double, not a triple, probably I don't even know what kind of quintuple life. He had all of that going on. And they know how to maneuver. But now with the COVID-19, I don't know how they maneuvering. They either driving you crazy at home, or they desperately online clicking on the internet trying to find some sources of supply. But for guys, if you are in the healing stages, have come out and it's some years later and you want to start dating, my advice is the last I would advise not to do that online dating. But if you just have to, for whatever reason, you have to be super duper careful. And if you do meet somebody online, for real, get that background check. Look, You hire a PI and get a back. Look, that's my personal opinion, is hire a PI and get a background check. That way, you know this person is going back home to where they going to live, where they say they live, work where they say they work. You know, but some of these people, they lie. They say they're not married. They're married. Lie and say they don't have kids. They got kids. Lie and say they work somewhere they don't work, or they don't work where they say they work. I mean, unfortunately, we live in an environment where this is rampant, and all people understand, a lot of people, they live their lives from a Instagram post or a Snapchat post or just a picture, and it's not reality. And so those of us who are grounded in reality, we're looking at this situation like, ugh, I don't even want to be bothered with this situation. But if you are wanting to meet somebody, I think it's best to get your life in order and work on yourself first. And, you know, depending on where you are with it, I would leave cyber dating and online dating. I wouldn't even do it. But if you must go out there into the wilderness with the wolves, because I really consider online dating and cyber dating the wilderness with the wolves. Like, they are out there praying. So it's like, why would you put yourself in that position, in that situation, when you know that there's nothing but predators? You got predators who are with children, you got predators for adults, and they're predators. So I would not do that. I would try to meet someone generically once we get off of this COVID-19. I wonder what experiences you have had with online dating. I avoid it like the plague, and it's probably because of the experience that I had with this individual. This is where they were, and they were always on it. I think when I found out, I think they got off, but I think they probably went to another website, because I pitched a fit. I don't know how I approached them with it, but I was like, yeah, and you was on this, and you on, I saw your picture on it, not knowing that they had even interacted with me, because I never said, the thing about it is, I never said anything about them interacting with me online. I just was like, I saw your picture, and they took the picture and stuff down, but they probably just eased on down the road to another website, because look, they got Tinder, they got Zeus, they got all these other ones, swipe to the up, to the down, all of these websites where they can easily have, some of these websites, they can easily have a 1-second stand, because you did not even a whole night or even a day. They can have a 1-second stand with somebody, just a quick sexual encounter, and be done. And men or women, this is what the world has come to. So, and I'm not judging people, because people are grown, they can do what they want. But for someone who wants to be in a monogamous, or anyone else who had wanted to be in a relationship with someone, or thought they were, you know, it's not fair to that person. You know what I mean? But it's the fact that they have all of these things at the swipe of a button. Like, you can swipe, it was one of my girlfriends. Well, she's no longer an acquaintance. She was an acquaintance, because she wasn't really a good friend. But I remember a couple of years ago, she was on, I think, that thing called Tinder. And I think that's where you swipe left or right or up and down. I'm not really sure, but I know she was swiping and she was meeting people that way. Quite frankly, as a woman, I don't think that that's appropriate. I think some of these websites, I think like Plenty of Fish is known for, you know, the pickup website, you know, the booty call website. I think Tinder is like the booty call app for dating. So a lot of people out here know exactly what they're doing. And if you're like new to this whole situation and coming out of a situation with, you know, a toxic person or narcissist, I wouldn't even get involved with that world, because you know, we ain't even at that level, and we don't even want to be on that level of dealing with these individuals. That's their cesspool. Not everyone, and I don't want to judge everyone, but there is a cesspool amongst that cyber and that online dating. There's definitely a negative connotation with it. There's a dark side to it, and there's some good happy stories that come out of it. But for the most part, look, in order for you to get to know somebody, you got to really get to know them. And hooking up with somebody after the first date or just knowing them is not the best thing. It is not the best thing. I don't think anything good, because A prudent, wise person is going to discern and be like, no, and if the person respects you or themselves, then they would want to date and, take things in a progressive order and not just go and just, but then if you have two consenting adults who just want to jump in bed and don't know anything about each other, so be it. But prudent, wise, patient, discerning individuals will take their time and try to develop a relationship and see where things go before they move on to some of those bigger decisions. And that's a lot of times how we got caught up out there by jumping in a situation, whether it's on the first date, second date, or getting married to somebody. All of a sudden they want to get married to you after 3 months, a month. A lot of us got caught and trapped in this situation because they love bombed us and moved things so quickly. And so, after those experiences, it's best just to kind of slow things down and to take your time. But yes, the Zeus, these websites, there's a whole bunch of them out there. And I think Plenty of Fish is free, but from what I have talked to people about, they said it's really like the bottom of the barrel of people. Don't ask me. I don't know. Black Planet, I think that's an old website. It's probably still there. The person I was dealing with is probably still up there, probably created another account. Who knows? But then they have the paid ones. And like I said, the paid sites are probably not any different than the non-paying, the free sites, because some sites are free and some sites I think you have to have a membership. Well, I'm here to say a narcissist is a narcissist, whether they are a toxic person is a toxic person, a sociopath is a sociopath, whether they're on a paid site that you think is more reputable than a Plenty of Fish or a Black Planet. They're still the same. Their MO is the same, right? They're predators. So right now, I wonder what's going on with you guys. Have you caught any of your former or current significant others cyber dating, online dating with multiple profiles? What happened? I know I was reading, I think I was reading on another narcissist channel, not a narcissist, but narcissist awareness channel. And they were saying that when they went into a phone that this person had multiple, they went into their profile or something, I don't know, and they had multiple profiles and multiple people that they were contacting. And then there was an old acquaintance of mine. I got stories upon stories, y'all. An old acquaintance of mine told me that, now this is a true story, I ain't you leaving no names, but she used to be a neighbor of mine, and she was dating this guy, and I used to always see him washing her car, and I used to be like, oh my God, he really loves her, he cares about her, ain't nobody washing my car, taking care of my car, blah 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 blah. You guys, you never know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know, don't wish, don't on anybody, just but come to find out, her air conditioner ended up getting broke. She ended up going to his house, having to work from his house, and he leaves out. She has to get on his computer, and guess what? She found a trove of information that she would have not otherwise even found out. He was on these online websites. She found pictures of other women, promiscuous pictures of other women in his home. We're talking about, I think she said over 20 different women. Some he was having relationships with sexually. Yes. But I would always see him at her house. So I was like, well, how do they find time? But you know what? These folks, I don't know what they do. I don't know if they beam me up, Scotty. I don't know what they do, but they can find time. Okay. That was one of the things with me. They were always constantly with me. I didn't think there was, until someone contacted me, their primary source of supply or their secondary. I don't know. Maybe he was shuffling us between primary and secondary. I don't know. But until they contacted me and it told me all of these different things. And like I said, so this girlfriend of mine, she goes to his house. The air breaks down. She has to go stay at his house. She works from home, logged in on his computer just to go ahead on. And that's what she discovered. And all type of mess, all type of sexually explicit stuff. Now me, I'm thinking he's washing her car and she got it good. She ain't thinking nothing because he's always at her house. But I guess some of those pictures were at his home. I guess when he would leave or when, I don't know, he would go do what he did. And he used his phone most of the time in the computer. Okay. So she ended up leaving him. I think she made copies of the pictures, and I think she said she made copies of the websites and all of that, and put it in a yellow envelope and asked could she come by his job for lunch, and he said yes or something, and she dropped the envelope off with him and just drove off and left him there. But yes, she told me that she helped him fix his credit, helped him, he had like a DUI, helped him drove him back and forth to work, all type of stuff. And he was conducting like 20 different relationships with 20 different women. And that's a true story. And I was like, what? This is rampant, guys. This is so rampant, and it's dangerous because a lot of them are engaging. And that's why on my channel, I think I have something that says the narcissists are promiscuous or that type of thing, because they will bring you home something. You can best believe 9 times out of 10, you are going to catch something, because they don't use protection and they don't care. So yeah, that was a story. That was a next door neighbor, an old next door neighbor. And when she told me that, I was like, what? And then she showed me, she had took screenshots and she showed me stuff on her phone. And she said she contacted several of the women. And I don't know women why we do this, but sometimes we need to get confirmation. And I ain't gonna say I haven't done the same thing. But she said she contacted several of the women and they told her, yeah, and he said that he didn't have nobody, and you need to ask. Some of them were cooperative and some of them were like, well, you need to ask your man. And oh yeah, well, some of them were like, yeah, we went out, we had sex, we've been doing this, we've been doing that, right up under this woman's nose after she's helped them do all of this X, Y, and Z. And of course, what he did was he tried to say in the end that she was crazy. That's why he broke up with her. So, they always got to switch the story around. Woe to the woman that's with him now, because you thinking that, yes, a lot of times we may think that, these women are going to fare better. No, on the outside, all them pictures on Facebook and whomever, they're not, it's not the truth. These people, their whole persona is to do what they do, to steal and destroy. And my personal opinion is to kill your soul, to steal your soul and your spirit. But that's just my belief. And to stop you from your destiny. See, that's another reason why I actually started this channel, because I realized as time went on through my healing process that part of the issue was me. I didn't know who I was. I didn't love me enough to think that I was special enough that to be treated in the appropriate way. So there were some things that I had to learn about myself. However, I also learned that these individuals are attracted to a certain type of people who have light, love, and pureness in them, because they don't have it. And my belief is that they come and they're attracted to us because they want to halt our destiny, to halt the goodness and the light that what we're going to do. I'm sorry, I believe, just like they said, the wheat and the chaff, the righteous are being grown with the unrighteous. And I believe those are some of the unrighteous that come into your life. They are bred. I believe their father is Satan. Need I say more? Anywho, I just got to keep, my thing is I got to keep it real with y'all. I can't just beat around the bush and just tell stories and not tell what I really truly believe. And, my walk with what I believe that these are entities, and a lot of people have gotten offended because I use that term entity, but I don't use the word human, because if you're a human, you have empathy, you have a heart, you love, you care. Some of these individuals have no empathy. They will kill you and ride around in your car with your body and not even care and not even wince. So I can't call them certain things. I call them an entity, But anyway, and I believe that there's the righteous and the unrighteous, and I believe when you're born, there's certain marks you have on your life, and those that are marked for goodness and wholeness and wholesomeness and to that have light and light bearing, that there's another being that's being brought up to counteract that. And so these people come into your life. And I think that's a lot of times why a lot of us end up multiple times getting involved with multiple narcissists, because they are predators. They know who we are. They can see the light in us, and their job is to destroy us. Now, you can think what you want, but I mean, clearly anybody that goes through a cycle of, love bombing, devaluation, and discard, what kind of foolishness is that? And then in between all the psychological warfare, all the physical, child, please, that is aimed to set you up to destroy you as a person. Point blank, period. The way these people act. And some of these people, they start out, and my heart goes out to people who have been raised by narcissists and sociopath. And you made it, man. Somebody is watching over you. If you made it this far and you are still sane and you still have your mental wherewithal, and you are still here on this earth making a difference and living your life, though not unscathed, you are so special. Because if you are raised by a person who is a narcissist and you can make it in life, man, oh man, you are strong. See, the thing is, these narcissists, they don't like us because they can't beat us. Okay. And we do have a sense of strength and power that they consider weakness, right? But if we really knew how strong and powerful we really, really, truly are, we wouldn't even have dealt with them. But we did not know. A lot of us are just awakening to the fact of who we are, what we represent, and what has happened to us. Some of us have woken up after years of going through this trauma from childhood, then being in having parents, and then going into relationships. So a lot of these people, they are truly angry, upset, and they're envious of who we are, because clearly they can't be normal in the sense of having that empathy, that love, that joy, that light. They're just like a dark cloud, causing a lot of confusion and chaos in people's lives. So they clearly are individuals who are not there for the good. Anybody that sits on the side and just preys on people and their goal is to, get what they can and leave, or get what they can and decimate the person, that is just evil. That's out and out evil. So that's why I believe, guys, that those of us who are enlightened, who are awakened now, we understand what's going on. We had light in us from the time we were born. And a lot of us are just awakening to that. However, there was a group of individuals and people, be it in our family or not. I'm sorry, this is what I believe. I believe in the Bible. I believe in the Most High. And I believe, there's the wheat and the chaff. And so, they grew up together, and you figure out, and now you're seeing who the results are, who you're seeing you're actually seeing the fruit now. Okay. And unfortunately, some of us have been injured or have had situations with people who were in our families, and some who weren't. But I believe some of these people have marks on them of just being, I think science calls it, narcissistic personality disorder. I believe it to be something totally different. So that's why I'm very adamant about and feel very strongly that we are to stay away from these individuals at all costs, because they can see the light, they can see the love in us, and they will try to destroy us if we haven't seen that already. So guys, cyber dating, online dating, I went on a tangent, but hey, so be it. Please like and subscribe. Try to stay away from the online dating. If you are still in a relationship with one of these individuals, you will probably see them stuck with this thing to them. It will probably never leave their side, because they need to have this, so they can get their sources of supply, because they're probably online, like I said, on these websites, or swiping to the left with these apps, and or watching pornography. Because one of the things I've learned is that a lot of these strippers and the men and ladies who strip, they've gone online, and I don't think they've missed a beat as it relates to their business. So they're able to get money, sent to them online, and I guess they're sitting up there doing whatever in front of their camera. And so if you see, the narcissist in your life in front of the computer and don't want to come downstairs, don't want to wash up, won't even leave from in front of the computer or the phone for a drink of water, more than likely they're on this cyber date, and then they're getting their fix of supply from it. So, but for you guys, use this time wisely. Try to edify yourself with good things, build yourself up. And if you're in a household with them, let them do what they do. And, think about why, how you got into the situation and what you could possibly do to hopefully get out. And if you're not with them, even better, don't go back and don't go online. Do not go online. It is a haven for predators, whether they're narcissists, toxic people, all type of individuals that are not conducive to our society are up there. Now, there's some good people, but it is just a cesspool of nonsense and negativity, and that's not something you want. So tell me, I told y'all my stories. Look, ain't no shame in my game at this point, like for real. So tell me your stories. Have you did you find out the person that you were with, the narcissist or the toxic person, were they online cyber dating? Or, did you find out about it? What did you do? Let's talk about it down below. Thank you guys so much. Stay safe. Please remember, thumbs up, like and subscribe. And I will see you on the next upload of Can We Talk with Monique. Peace, y'all.